Coming up in this edition of the 2018 FIFA World Cup magazine, we're in Saransk. We check out the progress of the city's new stadium. And pay a visit to the Kroshka Puppet Theatre. But we begin in Mexico City, the venue in early May for the 66th FIFA Congress. In the build-up, the Mexican FA, FIFA and the Russia 2018 Local Organizing Committee held an event to signpost Russia's hosting of the FIFA Confederations Cup in a little over 12 months' time.
It is very symbolic that we are being hosted by a nation who in 1999 hosted a very successful event, Confed Cup. We're delighted to be part of their experience and to make them part of our experience as well. We're happy to tell people, tell football fans, tell the football community about what to expect in 2017, possibly in 18 too.
In the presence of the FIFA Confederations Cup 2017 Winners' Trophy, the event featured a number of well-known faces, including former Brazilian international Ronaldinho. He finished as top scorer in the 1999 tournament and also won the 2005 edition.
The Confederations Cup is very special. I have wonderful memories and recollections of it. It was a joy to win, take part and to lift the trophy, so it's always a really good memory for me. It's an extremely important tournament. I think it serves as a training exercise, a rehearsal for the World Cup, so any final details can be resolved. It's an event of great importance to those hosting the competition.
The trip to Mexico also gave the Russian organizers an opportunity to pick up a few pointers from their Mexican counterparts. The 1999 edition in Mexico set a number of records, including one for the highest attendance in a final, as over 100,000 fans filled the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City to see the hosts claim victory.
We know about this historic game, we know how much it means to the Mexican fans. Hopefully we can see another accomplishment in a year's time. Everything is on track. We have 4 cities, 4 stadiums. 2 are ready, 2 others are coming out very well. They're being constructed or reconstructed steadily. So we're quite happy.
We had the opportunity to organize the Confederations Cup in 1999. And I think it was an event that went well and fulfilled all expectations. The Mexican people welcomed every national team. Fortunately, we were able to succeed in that tournament. And now we can sit down with our Russian colleagues and pass on our experience of organizing an event of this nature. This brings us great joy.
The 2017 FIFA Confederations Cup. Russia and the world await. As the smallest host city to feature for Russia at the 2018 FIFA World Cup, all eyes will turn to Saransk for 4 important games. Currently undergoing huge development, the city has seen major advances in its infrastructure, particularly in sports. The construction of state-of-the-art facilities, including the Ice Palace and the Mordovian sports complex, has resulted in a spike in popularity in some disciplines among the city's younger generation. With the FIFA World Cup on the horizon, one sport in particular is really capturing the imagination.
All over the country, more kids are starting to play football, not necessarily with a career in mind, more for enjoyment. Teams and organisations are being set up everywhere. You can see that ahead of the World Cup. They probably chose this region for a reason. Because Mordovia Saransk has an academy here. And kids don't just come from the Republic of Mordovia, but from all over Russia.
It is the city's football club, Mordovia Saransk, that provides the inspiration. The 2015-16 campaign was their second straight season in the Russian Premier League, and match days at the club's Start Arena always provide a party atmosphere for their young fans.
I really like the things that they organise, especially with the kids, because I have a small child. I also follow youth football closely, especially in Saransk, where it's developing really well at the moment. The kids cheer us on and support us, and we can watch and wave back at them.
They help me personally. I don't know about my teammates, but I see their support, even when they're not proud of us. They generate such positivity, and the mood and emotions stay with us. There are people cheering everywhere. They're here for a celebration, win or lose.
Having finished 8th in the Premier League on their return to the top flight, the club has endured a difficult second season. Coach Andrei Gordeev stepped down from his post after a string of poor results, and his replacement, Marat Mustafin, was unable to steer them to safety. They were eventually relegated on the final day, but they're determined to bounce back straight away.
We aspire to improve and progress as much as we possibly can. That's our main aim. Because if the team is playing better, the club itself will climb higher and higher. We all have a responsibility to our loyal fans more than anybody else. My role at the club is firstly to ensure that the team performs well, and secondly, to make certain that Mordovia Saransk continue to develop in the future. Another aim of ours is to produce more homegrown players at the club. We want as many young players as possible to graduate from our academy, move into the first team squad, and eventually into the starting lineup. I know history shows that very few homegrown players end up making it at their own club, but that's our dream here.
In 2018, 11 cities across Russia will host matches at the FIFA World Cup. Here to show off his hometown city is a renowned painter.
My name is Yuri Dirin. I'm an artist and I live and work in the beautiful city of Saransk. I've always liked drawing, as far back as I can remember. Painting is my passion. I can't imagine life without it. For over 20 years now, I've been painting and putting on exhibitions in Moscow and all over Russia. Now I'm going to show you my city, Saransk. Our first stop is Pushkin Park, a firm favorite amongst local people who come here with their families and children. During the summer, it's full of people relaxing in its green spaces. It's so beautiful and picturesque. It's full of energy and truly one of my favorite places in Saransk. This is a wonderful place, right? Next, the Erzhia Museum of Visual Arts. Here you can see masterpieces from the genius sculptor Stepan Erzhia. Everyone's attracted to this place, and I'd imagine that visitors who come to the city will go here first. You can see his interpretation of Moses, as well as all of the great masterpieces by him and other artists. This is Özgür's best piece of work. There's also the Yaushev Opera and Ballet Theatre, which was only constructed recently. I love coming to this opera house for the premieres with my family, especially my daughter. When you visit this theatre, you enter a new realm, a world of magic and beauty. The theatre really is breathtaking when you're stood here. I love Saransk, the capital of our region Mordovia, and recently it's become an even more charming sight to behold. We invite you all to visit us during the World Cup. I think you'll be captivated by the beauty of the city, and we can't wait to welcome you.
This stadium is unique in that, firstly, it represents the sun. Its shape and other elements of its appearance carry deep meaning. In Moldovan culture, the sign of the sun is very special. I think that every visitor during the World Cup will see this and appreciate it.
In the provincial city of Saransk, on the basin of the Intsar River, construction is underway on the Mordovia Arena. One of 6 brand new stadiums being built for the 2018 FIFA World Cup, the arena is a reflection of the local region, combining the orange, red and white colours of the Moldovan arts.
We wanted it to reflect the history of our culture in its structure and appearance, and I believe we've achieved this. It will be one of the symbols of our city, so during the design stages, we strive to make it as authentic as possible.
I think this stadium is very important to the city of Saransk. The surrounding area will be completely rejuvenated. A new embankment on the river Intsar will feature parks and recreational spaces for visitors. And there will be new hotels constructed nearby. But it's this stadium that will be the central focus of the whole development. I really think it will be the major landmark in our city.
5 years after ground was first broken, the concrete base of the structure is now in place, with work progressing on the steel structure that will constitute the stadium's upper tiers. During the tournament, the Mordovia Arena will accommodate around 44,000 spectators, with the capacity set to be reduced to 28,000 after 2018. It will also become the new home of the city's football club, Mordovia Saransk.
Firstly, it will give football and its development in the city a massive boost. Our local team will gain fresh impetus and climb to new heights, playing to a much higher level. All of the infrastructure around the stadium will help the development of children's sport and the youth teams of Mordovia. It will also play a vital role in providing facilities for the next generation of footballers, possible stars of the Russian and even the world game. For me personally, it means a lot to take part in the construction of such a unique project on this scale. Let's just say it will leave a big impression on me for the rest of my life.
Across the region of Mordovia, families flock to the city of Saransk to visit the famous state puppet theatre, Kroshka. Catering for children of all ages, Kroshka aims to both entertain and educate its young audiences.
The theatre was founded by a group of young, creative and talented performing artists from our city. After some time, it became the Kroshka children's theatre that we know and love today. Anyone from the age of 18 months to 60 years old can come and enjoy our shows. We have a selection of shows to offer our guests. Over 48 different productions. We use a wide variety of puppetry techniques, such as marionettes, rod puppets and jig dolls.
Behind the scenes, the Kroshka team do more than simply write and develop plays for the theatre's productions. A group of dedicated artists also design and assemble the story's characters, from paper to puppet.
The process to make these puppets starts long before they go to the workshop. From the moment the director and designer choose a specific play, we all begin to work together as a team to develop the overall puppet show. You need to create a unique image for each show. After sketches have been drawn, technical diagrams are then produced. In order to bring it all to life, you have to begin the process of manufacturing the puppets, the decorations, and the props. I don't just call this my job, it's more like the meaning of my life.
Audiences at the theatre can enjoy performances of classic tales such as Puss in Boots and Thumbelina, as well as original stories from the Kroshka team. And the puppeteers certainly bring these productions to life, giving each character its own voice, movements and personality.
On the one hand, it's very simple, but it can also be quite difficult. You need to feel and appreciate each puppet, because in the end, you are giving life to an inanimate object. Each character has its own personality and image, and by studying our audience, young and old, we become these characters. We don't just adjust ourselves, we speak from the point of view of the puppet, who could be crazy, kind or bad.
Visitors to the city in 2018 can expect a grand welcome from the theatre, with plans already afoot for new shows to coincide with the FIFA World Cup.
The body language of puppets can be understood by everyone, and we'll be delighted to greet visitors from across the globe. We're thinking up some exciting new plots and stories for them to enjoy, stories that can be understood in any language of the world. We're really looking forward to seeing you. Come and visit the Kroshka Theatre.
Kroshka!
I'm Alexander Lublin, a commentator with over 50 years of experience. I'm a well-known figure across the country and have commentated on many important football matches. I was very lucky to be able to attend the 1990 World Cup in Italy and travelled from Saransk as part of a Soviet delegation. The group was made up of decorated ex-players, managers and coaches from our country. I have to say, having been to Italy before, there was a special atmosphere in the country on this occasion. On July the 3rd, 1990, the whole of Italy descended on the stadium in Naples, on mopeds and in cars for the semi-final. We knew that many people supported Maradona as he played for Napoli at the time. But that day, he was playing in Naples for Argentina. The game ended in a draw and went to penalties. Every fan knew that Maradona would be one of the players that stepped up for Argentina. His Italian fans didn't know who to support. Of course, he scored his penalty, and Argentina reached the final. Then the final, Germany against Argentina. There were performances, aircraft flybys, and huge floats being paraded around with Italia 90 written on them. I joined a group of Germans who sat with a large contingent of their countrymen. In the final, the first half ended goalless. As the game went on, there still weren't any goals. The group of German fans and some Argentinians sat nearby were all beginning to look worried. Then the Germans won a penalty. The defender Bremer made it 1-0 from the spot, and Germany became the world champions yet again. We all watched and witnessed the moment the German team lifted the World Cup trophy. I was surrounded by cheers and applause because, by then, everyone was united in congratulating them. Italy hosting the World Cup in 1990 was a fantastic event. The atmosphere was completely incredible. The stadiums, the fans, the mood, and of course the Italian people themselves. I think that stayed in everyone's memory, including my own. Even after more than 20 years, the time I spent there was unforgettable.